Hello everyone, this is Stumper here. This is not my channel, and I'm here today to review Imaginary. And, this is quite the interesting movie. You see,
Oh.
What in the world? What the heck?
This is my channel!
What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Toxic Camel 351. Back at it with another video. And today we are going to be reviewing Imaginary, which is the new Blumhouse PG-13 horror movie that came out technically today, but I saw a day early yesterday, and I'm bringing you a review here today. But before we get into actual beginning of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 700 subscribers. Just let me do the math here. 82 away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. Also, if you missed my previous toxic movie reviews I've done in the past, they're in a post on my YouTube channel. If you'd like to check that out, also don't forget to like the video as well, because I know that you do like my toxic movie reviews and help with the YouTube algorithm recommend the video more. But with that being said, guys, before we get into actual review itself, let's give a quick plot synopsis, shall we? So transition and Shazam! When Jessica moves back into her childhood home with her family, her youngest stepdaughter, Alice, finds a stuffed bear named Chauncey. As Alice's behavior becomes more and more concerning, Jessica intervenes only to realize that Chauncey is much more than the stuffed toy bear she believed him to be. So going into Imaginary, this year wasn't the greatest start for Blumhouse. We had Night Swim, which I didn't hate it as much as other people did, but I thought it was watchably okay. The dialogue was pretty bad in that, but it wasn't the best start for Blumhouse. They've definitely had better starts for better years. And going into this one, the trailers seemed interesting enough, but it seemed like something you kind of did before in previous movies, aka Chucky did it first. I didn't know where I was going to land on this, and yeah, let's just get into the actual review itself. And by the way, say hello to Thumper. I thought maybe have a stuffed animal to go with it, because it has the theme. So let me know if you like the theme down below. Alright, so Imaginary. We always start off with the good for our movie reviews here, and the good. The performances by DeWanda Wise as Jessica and Tom Payne as the husband. So, DeWanda Wise I saw before in Jurassic World Dominion, which I liked originally, but now looking back on it, it's got a lot of issues. It's overall, like, okay. But she did really good in that, and she does really good here as this stepmom, and I think she has a really good role in here. And she's like pretty much the only character that has some sort of merit. I'll spoil that right now, but it's not a spoiler, but spoil for my review. That she's probably the only character you ever really care about, and Tom Payne as the husband. So Tom Payne, for those who do not know, is actually Paul from Walking Dead, or Jesus. So, and he's pretty good in here too, but he doesn't really stay for much of the screen time. So, but he's good for the amount he's on here. Next, positive, the practical effects. Most of this movie is practical effects. I was surprised to find that out before seeing the movie. And yeah, all the practical effects were pretty decent. They're not like amazing, but they're decent practical effects. I mean, you got the big Chauncey in this interesting room in the final act. And yeah, in the final act, it does look like an interesting world. I like how it's all upside down and stuff, we all saw it from the trailers, so that's not spoilers. But most of the practical effects, very good. The lore and world building I thought was interesting. Is it as amazing as Dune or Dune Part 2? No, but it kind of gave an interesting world, like, that could maybe have a franchise, possibly, that could be interesting. So there's that. Chauncey as this new horror movie villain for Blumhouse, I thought was an interesting spin. Definitely like the more human version. Looks kind of weird, to be honest with you, but the bear version, stuffed animal, and the actual big bear, I thought were interesting villain enough, so he goes there. Why am I treating this like a tier list? Do you know? No? Okay. And then the final of the good jump scares. I actually got jumped quite a few times in this, which I was not expecting. So, I did get jumped. Or if no one else jumped, I guess, let me know in the comments, because I might just be a easily jumped person. So, yeah. Now, moving on to the mixed. We have Aubrey Majors as Alice. Now, I think out of previous child's performances, she's definitely one of the better ones for, like, Blumhouse movies. And for the dramatic elements of her character when she's, like, really sad and crying and stuff, I think she's phenomenal at that. However, her character, how it's written for her to be, like, when she's super normal little kid attitude, I don't know. It didn't click with me, but the dramatic moments definitely did work for me. So, yeah. Another mixed aspect, the twist that they pull later on. This technically should really go into the negative section. I don't know. I should have seen the twist coming. I'm not spoiling it here, but there's probably a twist that's going to be obvious for a lot of people. I should have seen it coming, because it's... Now that I look back on it, yeah, it's definitely an obvious plot twist. So, it happens near the middle of the movie, and you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it was a weird twist, but... It was, yeah. Another mixed, a line where they say Taylor is 15. So why it goes into the mix instead of the bad is because Taylor, I don't know, there's a line in this that they say, oh, Taylor's 15, which the character of Taylor is not 15. I can tell you that for much, but if she was actually meant to be 15, I think that's terrible casting choice. Another mix, the dialogue. It's more of a mixed negative, because most of the dialogue's pretty bad in here, but it kind of fits the goofy tone of the movie it is in. But there are some, I will admit, there are some lines that I think are pretty good, decent, but otherwise, not really. The ending was, it kind of is on the same lines as previous Blumhouse movies, if you've seen previous Blumhouse movies. So, if you get my drift with the endings, you know. Final act. The final act was mixed bag for me. It got kind of too kooky and weird and goofy at some certain points, but it was kind of interesting with all the stuff they pulled off, so I'll admit that. Mixed goofiness. I mean, the goofiness fits the tone of the movie, but overall, would I say it works in its favor? I don't know. And mixed, the build-up as well. It didn't affect me, but probably will affect some certain people. Build-up is definitely... You definitely want it going a little bit faster, but it doesn't really, so there's that. Now we move on to the bad. Taylor, the character, I did not connect with her character at all. She wasn't even remotely likable, and they tried to do stuff later on to make you like her character, and, I was going, no, I still don't care for you, sorry. Another bad a story we've seen before. We've seen this PG-13 horror movie before where you predict every single outcome and you know what's gonna happen. So, yeah. Some of the CGI in the final act was pretty rough, but it's like a minor flaw because most of the CGI, well, most of the set designs and practical work were pretty good, but there were some aspects with the CGI above them that I thought was kind of the scariness, it's not really scary unless if we count jump scares, because I did get jump scared, but overall, would I say the movie's scary, like my blood was pumping? No. And then the final bad, it could have ended a little bit earlier at a certain point, and they decided not to. So, yeah. Imaginary was definitely an interesting one, to say the least. Alright, so let's bring out the toxic meter. And I will give this... Where do I put it? Because I definitely enjoyed it more than Night Swim. I'm either thinking C+ or B-. I have to think. I know it's a Toxic Goodness movie. I will admit. Yeah. So it's Toxic Goodness. And I'll give it C+. C+. I feel confident about that. And probably won't change my answer later this year. So I gotta stick to answers that I know I won't change my answers to. So, yeah. And overall, would I say it's worth seeing in theaters? No. I would say to stream it. It's not like immediately go out and see it's amazing. But it's streamable. But with that being said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this toxic movie review with Thumper over here. Say hi, Thumper.
Hello.
But before we get to actual ending of the video itself, guys, do feel free to comment your thoughts on Imaginary down below, and also let me know what you thought of that cringe tro. Did you think it was funny? Let me know, and all that jazz. With that being said, guys, I'll see you all next one, everybody. Peace.